Hello everybody, this is Salvage Garage here. This is part 3 of the Corvette series. Today we're gonna finally assemble the front end on this thing.
All right, we finally got a new coolant reservoir in the mail. So now what we need to do is rewire these. These are the plugs that pump the water from them. And yeah, it should be pretty simple.
We just gotta, solder these up.
Solder these up and bolt the new tank on.
Once we put the tank on, we could actually line up, put on the fender, and then from there we could maybe even see what this thing looks like with the front bumper. Obviously it's not colored right now, but we could actually, finally see this thing get put together. So we'll start doing that.
So I got these soldering things from Amazon, pretty cheap. I think it was like 15 bucks for all this. And yeah, I'm gonna strip these wires up and basically color match them to the car.
Start the soldering process.
Yeah, pretty simple. You just need a heat gun and that's it. Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
And slip this guy over.
Yeah, after it cools down, we're gonna get an electrical tape, just wrap it up real nice and tight. It's gonna look like factory. Then we gotta put the tank on. Once we have the tank on, then we could finally, start fitting the fender on.
I got the wire pulled through this little gap. Good to go. So now I'll snake this thing up here and then bolt this thing up.
Gotta finesse that stuff.
Big old puzzle piece over here.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Almost.
Gotta get it.
Come on. There we go.
Nice.
Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll plug these in. We'll put some water in there and make sure it works before we get that fender on.
Let's see if this Salker works.
How do you know how to do?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fancy.
Soldered it, rewired it. All works good. Now we just gotta get the fender on. Got the fender on, now it's just time to bolt this thing up. We'll adjust it with the hood, with the door, try to make it look as proper as possible. But we hit a little roadblock when it comes to the headlights because the new ones we got didn't have any hardware in them, any bulbs or covers, on the back. So we gotta wait for that to ship. In the meantime, we'll prepare the front bumper for painting.
Got this rubber wheel, put on a drill, get that off, and then we'll sand this all down, prep it for paint. All right, so we got a nice base coat going here. Basically, I had some older black paint from my Mustang that I rebuilt a while ago. So we just used that as the base. And then now we're gonna sand this down a tiny bit once it dries out, and that'll be a perfect surface to put the fresh paint on. Typically we paint in our garage with ventilation and all that, but it's too much of a mess right now. So we're just doing this outside, but should be all right. Trying to keep everything clean. All right, we finished with our paint job. Obviously we're out in the driveway, so it's not as great. There's a little bit of junk in there, but that's not a concern because once it's fully dry, we'll wet sand it and buff it and it'll look perfect. But it turned out very nice. No runs, nothing. So I'm happy with that. Thanks to my dad. He's been good at this stuff. It's a new day. Got some things in the mail. These little side markers that I got off eBay. Just some cheap ones. And I finally got the last ballast that I need for the headlight. Right there. So I finally got both bulbs and ballasts in. So now I'm ready to put the front end together. All right, guys, headlights are on. Looking pretty dang good. So I was waiting for the bulbs, and for some reason one of the ballasts I bought on eBay, you know, it was not exactly great. Had to return it and get another one, but worked out. Got the headlights plugged in fully.
I just got to put the bumper on.
Yeah, and the bulbs are in. So yeah, I could continue with the assembly in the front end. All right, we got this bumper slapped on temporarily. Well, actually, it's not gonna come back off, but only on one nut on each side so far. But looks good. Maybe a little bit of headlight adjustment needed right here, but other than that, looks really nice. We'll need a front lip, you can see. And I need to still plug in the bulbs and stuff, but there's a pretty good gap there. So other than that though, it looks really nice.
This is it for this video. We still got a lot, you know, of cosmetic leads to do. We got to put the badge on, lip, but I mean, on it, like, I think our next step is going to be to get it aligned, change those beat up tires that are on here, get it registered, and she'll be on the road. But, you know, by then we'll have the lip that, you know, it'll ship in by then. But make sure you guys like and subscribe, because we have a really cool project coming up with this car right here. This thing's a 5.0 swap 3-valve, and we got an interesting little project for it, so I would stay tuned.